This is Santos.
We're representing Neo Overlay Network, and today we're going to bring you a little market watch.
It's a discussion, look at the cards that are really the highlight of this set of Rise of the Duelist, because certain cards are really meta defining for this format, and just look at the price because it is a market watch. Let's get into this.
So the first card I at least want to look at is triple tactical talents, because I've had discussions at least with certain friends of mine through text that they think this is going to be a format staple. Like, you know, the new Ash. What do you think, Santos?
New Ash?
Because I guess the thing that defines the format, kind of like Ash did for the last format, for the Link format.
I see.
You get me?
Yeah.
And as we're going out of the Link format, you know?
Yeah, this one's just because of the 3 effects it has, if you want to read it.
So it's draw 2 cards, which is pot of greed.
Your opponent has activated a monster effect during your main phase. The turn, activate one of these effects. You have to activate one. So
if they activate a hand.
Pretty much a monster effect. Any monster effect that happens during your main phase. So, but you gotta declare one of those activations. So you gotta declare a draw 2 first, or take control of one of your opponent monsters until the end phase. Then look at your opponent's hand and choose one and shuffle it into your deck. So if you're going first or second, you know, like this card going first is really good because, you know, like you're trying to set up your board, and if they activate Ash or any monster hand trap, you punish them for activating this effect. So, and going first, you can't activate this or take control of your opponent monster, so you don't see that there. Well, you will try to draw 2 or see your opponent hand to shuffle one back in. What do you think, Brian?
I mean, the thing that it's crazy to me is because I mentioned, like, this goes live when your opponent activates a hand trap, right?
Yeah.
So that's crazy. You're going to be, in a sense, wanting your opponent to activate a hand trap or to Ash Blossom you, because this becomes live at that point.
Yeah.
So you bait out one interruption. Now you're able to make this live. This is crazy. So that's why I say, like, is this going to be a format staple card like Ash was?
Having three in your deck, you know, that's how much it is. It's 72. And
so yeah, I went down to the market prices, and let's see the market price. So market price is $73 now. That's what we're looking at.
So if you're gonna get your play sets, like $217.
So $217
right now, as it is, because it's still like a hot, fresh set that barely came out. You know, it's barely today that I think you can start buying it, or last night.
Everything's first ed right now.
Yeah, so that's great.
So what are you saying the price is going to be? Easily over
settling down by next week, maybe, or probably in 2 weeks. I don't know. You would think you think it's gonna stay, or it's gonna go up in price? I feel if it's gonna go anything lower, I'll say 50. But then again, I don't know.
That's pushing it.
That's pushing it. If it really does, but if it doesn't,
I say it's going down to 65.
It could go up to it could be a lightning storm. You never know. It is a good card, and going first or second, you know, like it just helps you push a lot. So let's look at the other card that's in the set.
Let's go back to the beginning, because this, I think, to me is definitely going to be like the Ash Blossom that was for the last format.
Yeah, that draw 2 is good too, because like certain decks want that, and then whatever you want to do, it has those 3 options, and it's a prize card for the set and for
prize
decks.
card for sure. And then there's collector's rare, so there's that. Definitely some cards in here that people are
Revolution Dragon too, as well.
Revolution.
For Pendulum.
This is one that you're personally trying to get, aren't you?
Well, I mean, this card is really good in its sense, because it's when it has a few effects. It says right there. You can pay, or it's monster effect. You can discard this card and pay 500 life points and add 1 level 8 or lower Dragon Pendulum monster from your deck to your hand. So I mean, that's a searcher, and for what you will use it, there's a lot of Pendulum Dragons, like the Amorphage Pendulum Dragons.
The Morphage,
Goliath. They're all help you prevent your your opponent to special summon from the extra deck. So this lets you search that, and or Supreme King Dragon Darkworm, because Pendulum Magician, you will use sometimes Pendulum Call to discard a card, and you could discard your Darkworm, and then Darkworm floats when it's in the graveyard, so it lets you add resources. So Oddeye is still 12 in scale, but you don't need them for that. But it's just
great card to have. No,
just Pendulum support for any pendulums that you might see him play more because of Oddeyes, but right now he's pretty expensive at $12. Let's see how it goes.
There were some good sets.
This set also is going to be used for Dragma support. Right now it's at 14, so I mean it might dip down in price. It has I think it's used because when it's sent to the graveyard, it has effect. It has a few uses. So pretty
Interesting.
good. That's why
Gains attack equal to combined level all monsters used for this material times 100. Okay.
Yeah.
And he already comes out at 20. That's not bad. Level 8.
Yeah.
Is it? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, level 8. Nice.
Yeah.
And then after this card fuses summon for this turn, it's unaffected by active effects on monsters. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, Dragma. Yeah, Dragma's known for taking stuff away from your graveyard, right?
Yeah.
Or from the extra deck. Okay. Yeah. And then fossils take shit away from the graveyard, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that shit's crazy, dude.
So that's why people are running their Dragma archetype. So
I'll be honest with you, between this and fossil, I'll choose fossil.
Fossil.
Yeah, that's me personally.
Yeah.
But Dragma's tight.
Still pretty. It's
15
or 14.49. So I mean, might dip down a little bit depending.
This will be $10.
People.
I'm saying $8-$10. $8-$10 is the lowest.
Yeah, because
right now
you might just need it for your extra just like 1 or 2 of them. So it's not really like you're gonna. People are gonna try to pick up a lot of. So let's go back.
Let's go back to the set. Yeah, this is easily gonna be $8-$10.
Yeah.
I wouldn't buy into this. I'd wait.
I know, wait a little bit. And
okay,
obviously, for Noble Knights,
this guy looks just sick, dude.
Yeah.
He just looks cool.
So
I
might be tier 1 contender because for Noble Knights are pretty cool. But for the set, a lot of Noble Knights came out, so yeah, we're ready for that hype. And the Melfeast support too.
Absolutely,
it's at 418. So I mean, I don't know if you guys are making that Melfi.
Let us know because we'd love to know what it does.
Yeah.
Please. And then there's one card I want to talk about since we're on this
Shaddoll, Schism. Yeah, I was
Schism?
looking at that too. I was gonna mention that too because you play Shaddoll. So I mean, I don't know what it does, but I mean, it's like a support nonetheless. I think you should.
During the main phase, you can fusion summon one Shaddoll monster from your extra deck with banish fusion which shows on the field or graveyard. Okay, so like a necrofusion type of effect, but it's a continuous trap.
Oh, cool.
But and it's during either player's turn, so it's just during the main phase because it's a phase of continuous. Okay, so that's interesting. I didn't know that. Now I'm learning stuff as we speak. This is why you read your cards, guys. You fucking learn new shit. Yeah. And then where was I? So by banish hand of graveyard, it's like a necrofusion effect, but it cannot attack directly. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Well, I would think just using to get out construct. Yeah. And then you can send one to the graveyard one monster. Oh, nice, with the same attribute as that fusion summon monster. So if you summon out construct, you send the light. And if you summon out window, you send etc. Okay, that's not bad. Nice. And then you can send, and this is non-targeting. This right here is interesting. Then you can send. So this is a card that I'll definitely have to pick up now because
what does it offer? Like obviously it lets you fusion summon and during your opponent's turn.
Okay, when Apocalone, the fish looking one gets summoned, I'm pretty sure when it's fusion summoned it negates a monster's effect when it's fusion summoned. That's permanent. Just negates it. Just permanent. And then when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, it lets you add a card from deck to hand, a resource from deck to hand. I think it's spelled a trap. I could be wrong. If somebody in the comments section lets me know. But Shaddoll's like a toolbox, Santos. That's all it is, bro. It's a fucking toolbox. Like literally, you make it to play to your style, and it's just whatever you need, you get. And then Shaddoll's, they're just known for grind. Now, the thing that Shaddoll struggles with right now that I've seen is having the fusion resources, whether it be the material or the spell. Sometimes we run out of that, so this will definitely help mitigate that issue you have, not having one of those two resources. So it's definitely important to get your playset of this, and if you have other variants, to get, just get a place. Just get like your 2 playsets. So we Gizmic card before we run.
Gizmic card, alright. Gizmic Okami. Okami is pretty cool because he's a 2950 beat stick and he has certain effects that are pretty useful here and there. But you will just like to special summon him because he is a beefy. He's a 2950 monster and he's just great. Just if you need him to go over things, because other than that, his effects is alright. If you could want to read it, it says you could pay 1,500 life points to destroy all monsters on the field that were special summoned from your from the extra deck. Also, you can only attack with one of the one monster this turn. So he has that effect, but he is beefy. I mean, I don't know. I just like that he's a 2950 beater. And anything for him. So
if on top of that, 2 or more monsters that were special summoned from the extra deck are on the field, which is probably going to be a thing with Hockey Fiber Rack combos. You can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is in your possession, sent to the graveyard by your opponent's card effect, you can banish one monster from your opponent's graveyard, then gain life points equal to its attack. So interesting.
So I mean, he has.
I see this as a very interesting little.
I think it's underrated right now. He's at 150 and he's pretty good for his like few abilities, and then he's at 2950. I'm like, can't express that enough.
I think it's criminally underrated.
Yeah, for right now, it's like it's a good card for what it is. And going down the set, there's a lot of good like special little cards that came out in Rise of the Duels that it's just worth mentioning. I mean,
the Rika card for all the
Rika,
waifu
if you're making that Rika deck, or it's a really inexpensive deck too, so you guys should, if you want that waifu hype, so I will say like Rika's inexpensive and it's really good. The Infernoble Knights, obviously, there's a lot of Infernoble support and Gaia support.
The Gaia card definitely a card I'm gonna pick
Ancient
up.
Warriors. I know Brian wants to make Ancient Warriors.
Yeah, you know, it's one of those decks that is gonna get constant support. Will it do anything? We'll just have to see. Wait and see. It hasn't done much anything, but it's only gonna keep getting better. It is water and has wind-based things, so there is that going for it. That's it for the Market Watch.